What is up, guys? Jake from OneHive here with the next Patreon attackers video, and we are over here checking out a familiar name at the Donkey Show, Danger Donkey himself, the man that this guy right here, guys. Seriously, shout out to Danger Donkey. He does so much inside the Patreon community and the organization of the Patreon clan and the arranged wars and all that stuff. Honestly, it would not be nearly as a big a deal and as fun and successful as it is without him. So shout out to you, Danger Donkey. And right here, he is coming in with a nice fresh hit 3-star on this 9.5 right here. So love it. Comes in, drops down the Zap Quake, trying to catch a little bit of that Queen. I like that too because it does soften her up very nicely. Takes out one of those air defenses, gives a bit of damage to her. And now he's just going to come in from the right side, try to get this Queen taken care of. Also grabbing this easy CC lure. Going to bring it over to the side. Just everything on this one side where he's going to come in and take all this out. From there, it's just a straight up air attack. I mean, he's got just 4 haste spells. That's what he's packing here. Obviously, the poison for the CC troops right there. Drops it down. No healers, nothing like that. Just pops the Queen's ability. The Queen actually steps out here, helps him out a little bit, and the King walks over, takes her out, and now it is air attack time. Balloons, Lava Hounds coming in. I love the timing on this. He's letting them soak it. Lava Hounds soak everything up. And then balloons immediately sending, into all these outside defenses, keeping them hasted. Wants to keep those balloons moving as quickly as possible. Look at this core. That core is nasty. All the Teslas in there. If this guy would have had the X-bows up, that would have made it a little bit harder on this air attack. But a lot of people are putting them down these days. I mean, people are so fixated on these ground attacks. A lot of people are forgetting about these air attacks, and these guys like Danger and other guys that are good at it, that have the technique down. Some of these bases are just simple for them. They just go in and wreck them. That last Lava Hound, in my opinion, was a little bit early because it did catch the bombs instead of letting those very, very weakened Lava Hounds take them out. But not a big deal, honestly. It just probably cost him some cleanup troops because those other ones would have exploded, and that would have allowed him to have more pups for cleanup. Right now, as it sits, he's got 2 Lava Hounds running around with no pups out. So just slowed him down a little bit, but not that big a deal. Still a beautiful attack. We'll fast forward here as everything goes through. He does have enough pups to get the job done. One of them chasing around on this King over there. That was kind of funny. Finally, it goes down, and now it's just 1 building left. Boom. 3-star for Danger Donkey. Awesome job, man. Let's keep it moving. All right, next attack is from over at I Forgot, and it's I Forgot Art, or Art himself, hitting the number 1. I guess this is like the theme of this one is Town Hall 9s, hitting these 9.5s and doing it very well, and that's what Art does here. Comes in on the right side here. Just a moment, we'll get it going. Flip fast. There we go. Right side, Queen down, healers down on her. Got a minion there. Try to help a little bit with a funnel creation. Just letting the Queen sort of do her thing, develop here, nice and patient. But again, with these 9.5s, man, they're tricky. You can see this guy, his expos are not maxed out, but besides that, like a fully maxed out 9 with, level 30 Queen, level 21 King, got lava walls. He actually had a few pumpkin walls there, whatever they're called now, the maxed out walls. Queen going around the outside here. He's dropping a few hogs in, or actually that's 1 hog it looks like, to go in and grab this CC lure. So that's good. Gets it pulled out. Some different troops there with a dragon inside. They're going to start coming out. Luckily, that Queen does get that air defense down that was targeting her healers before the CC troops get there. Nice poison spell. Slows them down, stops them in their tracks, and now the Queen's going to take care of that. So boom, that's done. Queen's going to keep going down towards the bottom there. He's obviously got to get the top taken care of, the King, the Queen. All of that area's got to be dealt with as well. But in the meantime, the Queen is getting some pretty good value here. Just sort of walking around, clearing some trash right now. But as soon as she gets around this corner, she's going to get back into some pretty nice defenses. There you see the Golem going down up top. More wizards and minions trying to create this funnel. Make sure that his Valks, his King, everything is going to go right into this compartment, and he's got it set up really, really nicely. There's the wall breakers going in. Open that up. The Valks going in right behind it. King's in. Everything's going to be drawn right in at this point. You see a giant bomb going off. That's perfect. The Queen just explodes. Goes ahead and heals his Valks back up. That's good because they're about to get into some nastiness with that Tesla farm, the Expo, all of that stuff. Queen's going around. Look at that. She's already taken out a lot of defenses on the side over here. So there's not that many defenses left minus this Tesla farm in the core here. And you'll see there, drops that next heal down for his Valks again. And that King, he wants to keep them up because that's the danger zone. He really doesn't even want his Hogs to have to deal with that. Finally starts sending his Hogs in here. Look at this Queen. She's still going. So much value for that walk. It's insane. The Hogs going through. One of them peels off and gets that giant bomb triggered. That's beautiful. Now it's just down to these last few defenses out here, and the Golem is doing the tanking. So really no threat except for the fact that there is more giant bombs on this base. And right there's one of them. Kaboom. I mean, puts a ton of hurt on his hogs. There's another giant bomb. Kaboom. He's only got one hog left. And these skeletons are going to take it down. And the little minion gets taken down by the... actually, the skeletons don't take it down. But he's got one hog left, and that's how he finishes his base off. He killed it. He crushed it. But at the very, very end, sometimes that happens. Your hogs get hit with that double bomb and make some bacon. But besides that, beautiful attack by Art. All right, real quick, I wanted to comment on the sound. I did rearrange my office, the furniture, and apparently it's made the echo even worse, which is kind of strange. I don't know how that's possible. It's all the same furniture, it's just in a different location. But I guess I'm not an acoustic specialist, so maybe that did something to it. I will try to get something to dampen the echo. Until then, you guys are just gonna have to deal with it. I apologize. But we are over at Twipra Kingdom and checking out Elon taking on their number one. Now, he's a brand new 9.5, and this base is a brand new Town Hall 10. He doesn't have like anything over Town Hall 10 level, or anything really Town Hall 10 level. His hogs aren't full maxed. His Valks aren't maxed. I think he does have the extra spell, but he kind of wastes one. He has the extra spell. Probably has some extra troop space, but he actually wastes a spell here in a moment, you'll see. So really kind of did this as a Town Hall 9. Pretty impressive. I know it's a Town Hall 9 level defense with Infernal Towers, but that's not easy. It's not easy at all to take care of. So comes in with his queen, dropping her down, dropping those healers, just starting his queen walk here, just letting it sort of walk down the bottom of the base around to the left side there. You see he's already got the funnel created on that left side, so when he wants to go in there, he's going to be able to. So the queen just sort of letting that take her time, go through there. There is quite a bit of HP down there with those storages and all that he's got to take care of. But right here in just a second, you're going to see where he wasted this rage spell. I'm not sure why if he was sort of worried about time on this attack or why he dropped that there. He laughed and said in the chat that he knew he had wasted it. So, sometimes we do that. Sometimes we just make mistakes. We get something in our mind, game plan, and even if it's not needed, we just sort of follow through with it. But either way, Queen does wrap her on around. As soon as he gets down and takes out this cannon here, he's going to start setting up for his next push of the attack, which is his kill squad, his Valks, his king, everything going into the base here. Goes ahead and drops down the CC Valks, his Valks right behind him. They're going to beat through this first layer of walls very easily. It's Lego walls. They're going to go through real fast. The Queen comes out to meet them, rages them up. The jump spell's already waiting on them there. Work right through that core. The poison spell waiting on the CC troops. That is all great timing on those spell placement there. Hogs coming in from the top. He was late on his king. I'm not sure if he just sort of forgot it or what, but the king's going to wrap around because the Valks have already gotten so deep into the base. The only real threat left is that next Inferno Tower, and it's going down right there to those Valks, and they're triggering giant bombs along the way. Goes ahead and heals up the hogs after they hit a single giant bomb there, and from there it is pretty much GG. The healers have killed off on a couple of Valks over there, so they're going to keep them up, and that is going to be an easy 3-star for Eamon. Very, very nice, man. Very impressive attack. Again, brand new 9.5. Looking like he knows what's going on already with this Go Bajo. Sure, he's going to be doing great things going forward at Town Hall 10. Good luck to you, sir, and thanks for having me. All right, next attack, we are over at Hyrule Warriors again, checking out Koro, taking out their number one. Beautiful attack, just as smooth as it can possibly be. A maxed out defensive Town Hall 9. Comes in with the Queen Walk, just a go-ho. No Valks, nothing like that. Just going to go-ho it here, letting the Queen Walk do her thing. Does have a rage spell for her if it's needed. Comes down, clears out a little bit of trash with that minion to make sure the Queen's going where he wants her to. Once she takes this step to the right, he's all golden. Tesla pops up. They're just going to continue on her way down to the south there. Let her take out trash, defenses, whatever she runs into. You see he does have the one jump spell. He's got a couple of heal spells, and a couple of poisons. So again, this is like a standard, pretty standard army composition here, pre-Valk Mania. Which is, nothing changed. It still works. It's just people don't use it as much anymore. The king comes out. He gets engaged on. A couple of golems are down. The wizards are down, creating the funnel. Wall breakers go in, open up that compartment, and then the jump spell to let them into that next compartment where the queen is. There's the rage. Actually, there's the rage, but there's the poison for the CC troops. As the Valks get into that rage. Actually, how many times have I said Valks? I'm just so used to it. As the king, the queen, the healers get into that rage, they move forward pretty quickly, grab that defending queen. As soon as that happens, he gets on there with that king. The golems are still tanking. I mean, if you look at that, the king took the queen out. He hasn't even popped the king's ability because the golems were still doing the tanking. That's good funneling. That's good pathing for the golems. That's awesome. Now the hogs are coming through. Got one of the heal spells down right there. Knows those Teslas are popping. going to be taking some damage, but just keeping them alive. The queen obviously has in the back line here, still untouched, still has her ability up. More hogs coming in on the left side here, and as you can see with the king stepping up, he's doing some tanking. First group of hogs doing some tanking and cutting their way through. He does not even need this last heal spell. I mean, this is not like a bad base. This was not anything, underdeveloped or anything like that. This was simply him doing everything right, and that results in a swag spell, which does not happen very often at all with Town Hall 9s anymore. So very, very nicely done, Koro. Moving on to our next one. All right, our next attack back at the blacklist, checking out Master Pat, and the bowlers have spread. Here it is, coming in on this Town Hall 10, doing a very nice attack. This is no easy Town Hall 10 here. Nice separation on the Inferno Towers. The layout here is a tricky one for sure. So comes in with a baby dragon on the bottom. This is just funnel creation. It's you guys have seen it a million times now. They're just great for creating funnels. Probably one of the most efficient and surefire ways of doing it. You're taking out 3 trash buildings before ever being engaged, and once the dragon is engaged, still can take a lot of damage and put out a lot of damage, especially when they're by themselves and in rage. Once he does get into the range of that air defense, he does go down though. But on top, on top, the funnel is created there. The golem coming in and doing all the tanking. The queen sort of helping out there with the healers on her. A few of the healers peel off onto that golem, which is fine. And then the rest of the funnel right here from that wizard, and now it's just jump spell and getting these bowlers in there, getting the king down first, spreading the bowlers out a little bit, and then the CC troops coming out, drops the poison down for them. The king's coming over and engaging. There's the first freeze spell on that first Inferno Tower, and rage to keep those bowlers just absolutely ripping through the space. By the time it thaws out, it is dead. And they move on through. Now, they kind of take a strange angle here because it does not have a second jump for me. So it's a bit through the wall. And obviously, that point of least resistance brings some of his bowlers over there. You see the ones up top bring them back around. So they sort of skirt around that core and around that next Inferno Tower. Goes in and keeps them raged up, but he does have another free spell, and he does have a couple of balloons, but tons and tons of bowlers up. The queen's still up. So has the queen's ability. Drops a few of those balloons in just to help out. But really, it's just the story of how many bowlers he has left here. It's pretty insane. Finally, they're going to start beating through some of these walls. Again, they're sort of taking a long way around. But they're grouping up. They're staying together, which is good. You see the giant bomb going off there, doing some damage. But the healers get them right back to full health, so that's pretty awesome. Finally, get through the second wall that they need to. The golem getting out in front. He's still got a lot of health. Getting some help from the healers as well. Triggering those giant bombs and going into that Inferno Tower, soaking up some streams along with the healers. Now, right here, he goes for the freeze spell. Gets a little bit greedy. Wanted to get that Wizard Tower as well. Did miss the Inferno Tower. So, could have been even more of an epic defeat of this base, but unfortunately, loses quite a bit of troops to that Inferno Tower before it goes down, but still way too many bowlers, way too many troops left over. Gets the 3-star. Beautiful attack with the bowlers there by Master Pat. Good job, man. All right, our last attack of this video comes to us from Paltry Pekkas and Jonathan taking it out with an air attack. We got a great variety, I thought, of attacks on this episode. So that was pretty cool to see. A couple of wizards going down. Didn't have a tank for that one on the left, so he just doubled up and took out those trash buildings. Right there's a good example of what we were talking about with those baby dragons. I think probably one baby dragon would have got those same 2 buildings and been a little bit cheaper. So maybe not with that air defense right there, but I think it's possible. So look for that in the future, you guys, when you're creating your funnels there. Sometimes it's the cheapest way to do it. But the queen goes down. Healer's on top of her. Obviously, with an air attack here, the goal is air defenses, so he wants to get in, take several of those out. Starts getting a little bit of trouble on the queen, just plops down the first rage spell, which is awesome. That brings her right back to full health, so she's looking good at this point. Comes over, starts taking out a few more defenses on the inside, and brings out those CC troops, which is awesome, and the queen. So the queen goes down, pops the queen's ability right there. Dragon is trying to get onto his healers, but with that poison and with the queen's being raged up and everything goes down really, really fast. And now she's just going to work her way through this compartment here, through this wall. From there, she's going to be able to get in and get that sweeper, get another air defense, get this X-bow. Really, really good value here on this queen push. Her beating her way in there instead of walking around is actually even better. I'm not sure if it was intended. I think it probably was. And it really worked out well. So the Tesla popping. Just again, she kind of takes the long path around here, going back to the outside, grabbing some of those trash buildings, but eventually gets back to that next air defense. That's going to be 2 air defenses taken care of, a sweeper, the queen, the CC troops, a lot of defenses along the way. So he's really primed and set up for the rest of this air attack. You see all he's got is haste spells. He's got 3 of them. He's going to keep those loons moving quickly. A couple of his healers getting shot here, but has the queen finally gets over there, takes out that air defense. He's got his air troops already moving their way in. There's the little semicircle of haste spells, trying to get into this air defense as quickly as possible, take it out. You see the queen taking massive damage, about to go down. There she goes, she's done. But the balloon's cutting through the middle of the base. We've always talked about how great that is. Good timing on his lava hounds here. Last one is right there tanking for him. And as all these balloons close in, that lava hound is providing all the cover they need. A couple of pups running around for cleanup, a couple of wizards on the backside here, and we will fast forward. Those last few defenses go down, and that is a 3-star for a boy, Jonathan. Nicely done. All right, guys, there you go. Hope you enjoyed the attacks from this one. If you want more information about how you could be featured on a video, check the link in the description. Until next time, Jake from OneHive, doing my best to help you guys suck less.